Okay, this is our 2022 trip. Kind of chintzy way to doing it, but it'll work for those that are wondering where we're going. So on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock at night, we leave Miami and we fly to Doha, Qatar. And we're there for like 2 hours, and then we take another flight that goes from Doha to Bangkok. We arrive at Bangkok at 6 o'clock in the morning. And we go check in at our hotel, Avani, and it's on the riverside in Bangkok. The next day we get up and we do a tuk-tuk tour at 5 o'clock in the evening. Tuk-tuk is the three-wheel little thing there. Then the next day we get up at 12:30 in the afternoon and we fly from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. And then when we get in Chiang Mai, we check into the AMATA, whatever. When we check in there, then we go through we're on a bazaar and dining tour. Then the next day we go through this village life tour, which is actually pretty cool because the people are really, really nice. They show you how they do whatever they do to sustain a lot of looms and farms and coffee and stuff like that. Anyway, then the next day we go on the elephant camp. That's a full day event. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to get in and see the elephants and touch the elephants and bathe the elephants and yada yada. So then the next day we get in, they're back to the airport, and we go from Chiang Mai to Hanoi, Vietnam. And Hanoi, by the time we get in there at 8 o'clock at night, we go right into the Mercury Hanoi La Grère. Then at that night, we do street eats, which I got to check on that. Anyway, we're supposed to just go out with a tour and they show you all the street food. So the next day we get in and we go with they're called cyclos. They take us a tour around Hanoi. That's a full day event. So they take us around and make us eat food that they want to sell us and everything else. Then the next day we drive from Hanoi over to Halong Bay and we get on a cruise boat. It's a very small cruise boat. We all have our own balconies, and we're on there for 2 nights, and we go around the whole Halong Bay, which is supposedly very nice area. Everybody talks good about it on YouTube. So then the next, that's our balcony. We've got room with a balcony. Then the next day, on Saturday the 10th, we drive back to Hanoi, and then we fly from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon, Vietnam. There we're staying in the Silverland. Then the next day we get up and we're on a walking tour of Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon. That's a full day event. Then the 12th of December, we're doing the boat tunnels, boat tour tunnels. They take us out on a boat and then you go through the tours and we try to find Charlie. On the 13th, we get back on the airplane and we go from Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City to Bali. 4-hour trip. There we stay at the Ubud Village Hotel. The next day we get up. We got a tour of this area. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a guided tour of everything. And no, it's not a guide with a bunch of people. It's our own guides. Then the next day after that, we go snorkeling in the Blue Lagoon. The next day after that, we have rice paddy cycling, electric bikes, and we tour the countryside. You can see the rice paddies in the background. Then the next day, we don't have anything scheduled, but we are literally right next to the monkey village in Ubud, and that's something we've been wanting to do. Then the next day, we get in, we fly back from Bali, back to Bangkok. And we're going to stay at the Movenpick, which we actually stayed at this hotel before, and we're up here. That's me on the crossover. And then the next day, actually nothing scheduled the next day. And then on the 20th, we fly from Bangkok back to Doha. At Doha, we have 20 some hours there. So we're going to go to the Hyatt Regency in Doha, where the World Cup is being played right now. And then we get on the flight and go back from Doha back to Miami and then back home. There you go.